Hi, this is Nicholas Yoff, a registered migration agent from Pathway to Oz. Today, I'm here with Bill from Imagine Education. We work with Imagine Education to assist with sponsorship for numerous clients. So, Bill, tell us about yourself and Imagine Education. What do you do?
Well, I've been in education all my life, and I was a school teacher for many years. And about 22 years ago, we set up our own childcare centers and college. And we now have over 50 childcare centers in Australia. We have had some difficulty with staffing in recent years, particularly since COVID. And we found that Nick and his company have been invaluable to us in identifying potential staff that we could sponsor and keep on our payroll so that we can give the children in the communities the best outcomes possible.
Absolutely. When we say sponsorship, how many sort of applicants do you think Pathway to Oz has assisted with?
Well, Pathway to Oz has assisted us with 62 applications now of staff who we are either sponsoring or looking to sponsor. Initially, they graduate from a diploma course they're doing, and they might go on a graduate visa, which lets them work in your center, and you can sort of get to know each other a bit, and they can get to know whether they fit at your company, and your company can get to know whether the staff in the center are happy with the new staff member. So, and then beyond that, then they could go on to a more permanent pathway and stay.
Yes, absolutely. So just to clarify, we've assisted with training, employer-sponsored 482, permanent 186, employer-sponsored Dharma, sponsorship, company-specific labour agreements, just all different sort of applications. To the business, what do you see to be sort of the benefits of sponsoring an employee?
Oh, there are a lot of benefits. Some of the candidates are very strong. Some countries where in their home country, they're already a trained primary school teacher, say, and they've got a lot of skills in the classroom, and they retrain here in Australia to get the correct qualifications, a diploma of children's services usually at a minimum, to come in and work in our centers. Once you sponsor them, there's a level of loyalty and stickability with those staff. They stay with you. We certainly find that, especially in regional areas, will stick with us, and they give that regional area center 3-4 years of continuity. The children are seeing the same face. The children are seeing the same teacher every day. That continuity adds to the quality of the educational outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. So just for clarity, the standard business sponsorship, the government fee is $420. The nomination, plus if you're using an agent like Pathway to Oz, our fees will be on top. So you'd be looking at, around $5,000. But would you say that to the business, it's an upfront cost, but it pays out in the long run?
Oh, definitely. Because there's a huge cost to churn in a business, particularly in an education business where you want continuity. If you're churning staff and you have to retrain, there's a real cost of that. We sort of budget, we think a candidate from you or a candidate that needs a visa will probably cost us $5,000 or $6,000 to start out with. But the value comes back in knowing that they're going to stick with you for that period of time.
So when we talk about some Pathway to Oz assistance, obviously Pathway to Oz assists to ensure that review the documentation, get the documentation is required, lodge the application, liaise with immigration throughout the process. So there's a lot of sort of documentation and things like that we need. So there's a bit of trust that comes in with it. Have you, in your opinion, would you say Pathway to Oz is a trustworthy company?
Oh, certainly. Very much so. I mean, you and I have known each other a long time.
Yeah.
And I know for us, we don't even pretend to be an expert at what visa. We will ask staff if they need help with a visa or whatever, and then almost immediately refer them to you. We rely on you to know which visa is appropriate.
Absolutely. And would you recommend Pathway to Oz to any other company who's potentially looking to sponsor any applicants?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Pathway to Oz does a great job for us, and I'd recommend them highly to anyone who's looking for help with getting visas sorted out for your employees.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
It's nice to see you, Nick.